I stayed in a job that I hated because I was more afraid of being broke than being unfulfilled. I've always hated working jobs and I just knew that I wanted to work for myself. I started making content in January of 2024 as a hobby and I honestly had so much fun doing it. I loved talking to my community and I loved expressing my creativity, especially when it came to like editing and just coming up with ideas. I even started my UGC creator journey and I ended up making $12,000 last year. But then by like summer of 2024, I just started getting complacent. I started slacking so hard on my UGC and I ended up having to go back to get a job just to support myself. So then in the fall, I started brainstorming different ways that I can make content as a career work. Because honestly, UGC was fun, but I just didn't see myself making a career out of it. I thought about social media management, being a social media strategist, or even just content repurposing. But honestly, none of them just really felt right to me. I just knew that deep down I wanted to build a community of like-minded individuals, but with me brainstorming different things to do, I ended up just losing sight of it. So by January 2025, I started trying to build my architecture business. Since I was an architecture student, I tried to start a 3D visualization agency just so that I wouldn't waste my degree or disappoint my parents. But it ended up flopping, and honestly, I feel like it didn't work because deep down I knew my heart wasn't in it and it just wasn't something that I genuinely wanted to do. I was in it for the money and I just wanted the validation from my parents. So the whole time throughout this, I'm still working my jobs, and honestly, they were fine at first. But the longer that I stayed working, the more I realized that I hated working a job and it was kind of getting in the way of things I genuinely wanted to do. There was so much stress and drama at that job and I wanted to leave so bad. But I just thugged it out because everyone says use your 9 to 5 to fund your 5 to 9. And I was scared of being broke again like I was in the summer. So I ended up staying for the security. I was staying because of fear. Just fear of failing, fear of being broke again, and fear of repeating the past. But then I realized that content creation is something that I genuinely enjoy doing and I want it to be my thing and I want to make it work. If I did it in the past and I was able to make $12,000, I can definitely do it again and actually have it take off this time, especially if I give it my all. I kept trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but the answer was always in front of me. Build a brand, create content, and grow a community. That's what lights me up. That's what gets me excited. So I decided I wanted to quit like ASAP. No 2 weeks notice, no none of that. I was done. So I typed out a message to send to my boss, but every time I thought about sending it, I would literally get a sharp pain like inside my chest. My body was having anxiety over the past pain. The pain of being set back in my UGC journey, struggling, and having to go back to work. So I had to learn to trust myself. I was scared to quit because your body and your mind are so good at remembering past pain. We will do more to avoid pain than we will to gain pleasure. But if you really sit there and think about it, if you're always avoiding the risk of pain, you're also avoiding the possibility of pleasure. So I had to sit there and really learn to trust myself even when the fear is showing up. And I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out, but I do know for a fact that choosing yourself even when it's scary is never a mistake. So if you've been stuck between security and self-belief, this is your sign. You're not lazy, flaky, or delusional for wanting more. You're just meant for something different. And I'm definitely not here to tell you to quit your job tomorrow, but I am here to tell you that it's okay to want more. So follow along as I build a brand, a community, and a life around what I love from scratch.